Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Jenna. Up and Moving, we offer free virtual workouts 6 days a week through Michigan Tech. It was started in our kinesiology department by our graduate students. So if this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here many times before, welcome back. Normally Friday morning is yoga. Corey is taking the MCAT today, so good luck to her. We won't quite be doing yoga, but we're gonna do some mobility work and some stretching, some deep stretching. So you don't need much today. I do have a yoga mat just for a softer area on the ground. Again, if you want one, you can grab that. You might already have it. Other than that, I have a pillow just for some of the stretching. If you can't quite reach your leg to the ground, it'll be nice to have that propped up. And then I do have a yoga strap just for some of the mobility stuff. If you don't have one, you can use a towel, shirt, anything like that. Again, you don't need any of that, but it is nice to have if you are looking for a little bit of a challenge today. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with a warm up. And then I have 8 different sets of exercises we'll go through twice. So let's get after it. You can stand up first. Guess I should let you see me standing up. All right, so we're just gonna start walking in place, marching in place. If you have some space, you can march around your room. Legs up a little bit, arms moving a little bit. All right, keep it going. Once you're feeling a little bit warm, try to drive those knees up a little bit higher. If you don't want to do that, maybe just move them a little bit faster. Good, and let's switch to butt kicks. So I'm still walking, either in place or around the room, kicking my butt. If you can't reach your butt, you can put your hands back there, touch your heel to your hands. Good, and some skipping. If you have a little bit of space, you can go forward or backward. You can go in a little circle around your room, or you can skip in place. All right, you can get back to your starting point, and we're gonna do some gates. If you were here with me last week, we did these. If you weren't, you can take a peek. So you're gonna start standing nice and upright, feet in line with my hips. I'm gonna lift this one up to a 90-degree angle, open the gate, and step down. So from the side, I'm here, lift this leg up to 90, open that hip, and step down. So you can do 3 of those with each leg. And if you need to hold onto the wall, a chair, countertop for a little bit of support standing on one leg, go ahead and do that. Again, 3 each leg. And once you're done with that, we're just gonna go opposite way. So you're gonna start open, like you're stepping over something, and back down. So you start with your hip open, lift that knee up, face it forward, and back down. So you can do 3 of those each way. Really try to get those hips moving. We will be doing some hip mobility today, so really want those warmed up. And good, when you're done, you can walk it out. We'll wait for everyone to catch up. No rush this morning. Okay, looks like we are all ready. Next one, you're gonna be standing, feet a little more than shoulder width apart. I'm just gonna show you from the side first, sitting back a little bit, and we're gonna walk laterally. So from the front view, here, step, bring them together. Step, bring them together, okay? Don't cross your feet, stay nice and low. A few steps to your right, a few steps to your left. And you can head back. Try to sit that butt down at least a little bit. I know you don't need to be sitting all the way down like you're in a chair. And about 5 more seconds. And good. Shake those legs out. All right, next one, we're gonna do a monster walk. So again, feet are a little more than shoulder width apart, sitting down a little bit, and you're gonna step and keep those legs nice and wide. Notice how when I do this, so I'm here, I'm not bringing this leg in and back out. Try to keep it nice and wide the whole time. Good, and you can go forward a few steps, backward a few steps. Really try to keep those feet out. Don't bring them in. This is the last part of our warm-up, so I know if your legs are getting tired, don't worry, we're almost done. And about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake out those legs. You can grab water if you want. I'm just gonna adjust my camera. We will be on the ground for quite a bit of this workout. Not yet though, don't get too comfortable. All right, so again, if you joined us a few seconds late, we're gonna do some mobility and some stretching. So I have a pillow here, just in case we're doing a stretch and I can't quite reach my leg to the ground, it'll support it. I have a yoga strap. If you don't have one of those, towel, blanket, t-shirt, something like that works. And then yeah, just a nice spot on the ground. So the first one, we will be on our feet. And it's nice if you have a wall nearby. You definitely don't need it. So you're gonna stand upright. You're gonna step 1 foot out. And you're gonna drive this front knee forward, trying to get it past your toe as far as you can while keeping this heel on the ground, okay? So if you can only go this far and you're feeling a stretch, that's okay. You can go way over. Awesome. So pull it, hold it for about 3 seconds, and back up. So let's have you do 10 of those. So start with whichever leg you want. Again, start upright, step out, and then we're leaning forward, keeping our body mostly upright, trying to get this knee over this toe while we keep the heel on the ground. All right, go ahead. 10. On this first leg, we're holding for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then we'll switch legs. Just working on the ankle mobility of this front leg. You might notice when we go to the other leg that one is more flexible or more mobile than the other one. That's okay. If you ever injured one, definitely might notice a difference there. Don't force it to go as far as the other one. And when you're done, you can switch legs. So again, just standing, a nice step out, nothing too far. And then we're leaning, driving this knee over our toe, holding, and back up. Again, really focus, make sure this front heel stays on the ground. Good stuff. Finish up 10 on your other side. Then we're actually gonna sit for the next one. Take your time though, we are not in a rush. And for this next one, if you grabbed a yoga strap or a towel or something, you will want it. If you don't have one, again, you don't need it. This will just give you a little bit more tension. So find your spot on the ground, grab your towel if you have one. We'll wait a few seconds, no worries. All right, looks like we're all finding our spot. So for this one, I'm gonna loop it around my foot, kind of on the ball of my foot. So not way up on my toes, not down on my heel, kind of across the ball of my foot. And I'm gonna tuck this foot underneath so I have a little bit of height here. And you don't need to pull your strap or your towel too tight. And you're gonna push those toes forward and lift them back up. So this is just providing a little bit of tension if you don't have one. Again, you're just here, reach as far as you can, point those toes, and back up. So when you get to this point, again, we're holding for 2 to 3 seconds and back up. If you tried using a towel and it's too hard, just drop it, not a problem. Again, we're here, reach, hold, and back up. Again, let's shoot for 10 on each leg. Really make sure you're trying to make slow, fluid movements with this ankle. Nice and slow out. Give it a nice hold. Nice and slow back in. Still working those ankles, strengthening them, making them a little bit more mobile. Each time you reach, try to reach a little bit farther. Of course, don't reach until you injure yourself. Just try to give it a little more reach. And once you've done 10, you can go to the other leg. Again, I like to just tuck this leg underneath so my heel is off the ground. If you have a towel or yoga block, you can use that as well. And whenever you're ready to switch, same thing. Reaching, pointing those toes, holding, and back. Again, you might notice one ankle can go a little bit farther than the other. That's okay. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Good work. Once you finish those up, you can just roll your ankles out a little bit, shake them out. We'll wait for everyone, no rush. And if you didn't hear me before, we are gonna run through these all twice. So after you're done with this, grab some water, then we're gonna stand up and do those first ankle mobility exercises that we did. So whenever you're ready, you can stand up. We'll give everyone a few more seconds. Looks like we're still working. Good. Looks like most people have stood up. So again, standing upright, feet together, a nice step out. And then we're gonna push this knee forward over our toe. Make sure you try to keep your knee going forward. Don't let it come in or across your body. Knee goes forward, hold for a second or two, and then back. So from the side, little step out, driving that knee directly over our toe, keeping our heel on the ground, little hold, and back up. Again, about 10 on each side if you can. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. Really focus on keeping that heel on the ground in the front. If you can't go as far, that's okay, as long as you're feeling a nice stretch in your ankle. And on your own, once you've done 10, you can switch legs. Nicely done, everyone. When you finish up there, you can find your spot on the ground again. Okay, this time I will show you with the yoga block. So if you have one, you'll just rest it above your heel, above your ankle, so you can still move. And then if you have something to give your foot a little more tension, if you have a resistance band, that works too. You can use that. And we start up, push those toes forward and back. Point those toes. If you don't have anything, you just point those toes, hold it, and back up. And we're shooting for 10 on each side. Hopefully now that we're warmed up a little bit, you're noticing that you can reach a little bit farther. Maybe it doesn't hurt as much to stretch it now that your muscles and your joints are warmed up. And again, on your own, you can switch legs when you're ready. Maybe one leg you're able to use resistance band and the other one you're not. That's okay. Our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical as much as we like to think. Good, and again, when you're done, you can roll those ankles out a little bit. Make sure they still work and everything. All right, move my camera. We're gonna be on the ground for the next couple, so you can stay where you're at. Okay, most of us are ready. If not, I'm just gonna explain a little bit so you're not behind. These next two exercises are really gonna work on our hips and our hip mobility. I know some of you are gonna cramp up during this in your hips, so I would suggest really grabbing a pillow, blanket, yoga block, something to prop underneath your knee if you can't get it all the way to the ground. Otherwise, you can always put your hands on the ground to help you lean one way or the other. But we will start. So the first one, let's start with our left leg going back. So it's gonna go back like this and rest it on the ground. And it'll be at a nice 90-degree angle. Okay, front leg is in front. And again, 90-degree angle right here. Don't have your foot in too far or out. Try to get it here. I'll show you from the side what your back leg looks like. Right here, nice 90-degree angle. So if you can sit in that position, go ahead and find it. This is where, if this knee can't go down, it's okay. Rest it on something. If this one can't go down, rest it on something. It's okay. And we're just gonna sit like this for 30 seconds. Try not to use your hands. You can obviously rest them, but don't be leaning forward. Try to keep this body upright as much as possible. And we're just gonna hold for about 30 seconds. If you start to feel a cramp, lean over, rest for a second, get back into it. You'll likely feel most of this tension right in this back hip. That's okay, it's good. If it's painful, that's not good. You should stop doing it. But a little tension, a little pull, that's good. Really make sure those legs are both at a 90-degree angle. And we're almost done, I promise. All right. Nicely done. And I'm sure you guessed what is next. We're going to switch directions. So now your right leg going back at a 90-degree angle, really trying to keep this knee on the ground. And on the front, another 90-degree angle at your knee, trying to get this knee to the ground. As you can see, I cannot do it. That's okay. Just help it with a little pillow, prop it up. And we're going to sit for 30 seconds, keeping this body upright. If it starts cramping, you can move your leg, get back into it, lean to the side, whatever you need to do. 10 more seconds. And good, nice work. You can stretch them out, roll them out a little bit, grab some water. Sorry to say we have another one similar to that. So if you struggled with that one, that's okay. You can try this next one, but we are going to start in a similar position. Give you a few seconds. Mentally prepare, physically prepare for this. Okay, so I'll show you this next one and then you can try it on your own. So you're gonna start in the same position, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. And you're gonna start with your chest facing your front leg. So not twisting, chest up, facing that front leg. And you're gonna lift them and you're gonna rotate. And now this leg is in front. So again, starting here, lift them, try not to use your hands on the ground. And then as you turn, chest is here. Now this is my back leg. So try to do, we'll start with 3 each way. If you can do 5, do 5. Make sure when you turn, take a peek. Are my legs at a 90-degree angle? Yes. And then back. If you struggled with the last one, this one might be easier because you're moving and not just sitting in one stagnant position. So again, start 90 here, 90-degree angle here, chest facing the front leg, lift, rotate. Now this is my front leg, so my chest is facing here. So whenever you're ready, try to do 3 on each side. If you can do 5, even better. If you need to use your hand to help you start, push off the ground a little bit and back here. Push off the ground a little bit and pause here. Nice job. I promise the next one does not involve your hips, so if you are tired of this, you stick around. No more hips until probably the end here. Good. If you need to shake out your legs a little bit, you can do that. Just have to go through those one more time. Good. It looks like we are done with those rotations, so we'll get back into the seated one. So again, front leg, 90, right here. Back leg, 90. And we'll start our timer in 3, 2, 1. 30-second hold. Remember, try to keep this knee down. If you can't touch the ground, you can prop it up, that's okay. And good. You can switch legs. And we'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really try to keep your top half of your body nice and upright. Don't lean too much. If you need a break, it's okay. You can lean, stretch out that hip a little bit, then get back into it. Okay, good. Shake it out, grab some water if you want, and we have 2 different exercises. Okay, for this first one that we're gonna do, you might want something to resist, help you pull a little bit extra. So if you have a towel, shirt, resistance band, yoga strap, anything like that, go ahead and grab it. And we can do this one from a seated position. Back up so you can see some more of me. So this one, you're gonna grab, I need to lift this up for you. All right, so you're gonna grab about shoulder width apart, as you can see here. Lift those arms, and then you're just gonna pull this arm. Try to keep them mostly straight. We'll hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. If you need to move this one a little bit more to help you stretch more, you can. Keep your body upright on this one if you're able to. Next one, we'll get a little more stretch on our side. And good. So again, start up top. We're gonna lean the other way. Keep your body upright. We're just trying to move those shoulders and those arms. All right, and one more on each side. So we're going back. Try to keep your back up nice and straight. And one more time, other way. And good. Shake out those arms. You can set that down. Okay, you can stay seated where you are. The next one, you're gonna reach one arm up. I will do my left arm first. And you're gonna lean and really reach to this side. If you need to pull a little bit, you can with this other arm. But this time you can see really stretching here, so my body is leaning a little bit. put your hand down and just stretch this way, you can do that. You'll still feel stretch. And good. Other side. Okay, back to the first side. Try to get a little bit farther than last time, really reach. And switch one more time. Nice, good work. You can shake it out. We're gonna go through those again, so take a few seconds. All right, I just realized I didn't show you, so if you don't have some sort of resistance here, you can just grab your other hand and help pull. So if you don't have something, that's okay. Your arms will be rounded a little bit, but you'll still get a nice stretch. So let's get into it. If you have something, or if you had something and you didn't get a really good stretch, you can just try it without this time. So again, hands up, grab this one, and we're just pulling. And we're keeping that body upright on the first one. And switch sides. And back to the first side. And one more switch. Awesome, good job, shake it out. Okay, back to that second exercise. Again, arm up. I like to point my palm to the sky. You can have your arm turned however you want. And then we're leaning. If you want to put your hand down so you can lean a little bit more. Still try to keep, notice how my hips and my knees are staying here, not leaning my whole body, just my upper body. So I get a nice stretch over here. And switch. And switch again. And one more time. Okay, well done, everyone. Shake those arms out. We're going back to the lower body so you can have a little bit of a break there. Want to make sure I have my timer for real. Okay, so this next one, don't worry, it is not all in your hips, but you're going to start with this leg up at a 90-degree angle if you can. You can have your foot tucked in a little bit, but if you can keep it at this 90-degree angle, other leg is straight back. And you're going to sit down into it, and you'll feel a nice stretch on the outside of this other glute. So notice how when I sat down, not quite at that 90 degrees anymore, that's okay. You can tuck your foot in. Keep your body nice and centered. Sit up a little bit, and we're sitting down. So let your body sink down. Try to keep your chest up, your head neutral. If you need to get more of a stretch, you can sink down a little bit more. All right, and we can switch legs. So again, start with this first leg up at a 90-degree angle. Reach this second leg back as straight as you can. And we're here. You just let your butt sink down to the ground as close as you can. You might lose this 90-degree angle, that's okay. And we're just gonna hold it. Again, you might notice one side, there's pulling more than the other side. That's okay. Bodies aren't perfectly even, perfectly distributed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, into the next one. So you don't need to start standing. I'm going to start standing just to show you. So you're going to start, step out into a lunge, hands on the ground, and then you're going to lean back and you're going to try to straighten this leg until you feel a nice pull in your hamstring. So you'll see my leg will not go straight. It doesn't have to, as long as you can feel this stretch. So start in a lunge, hands on the ground, pull this leg until it's as straight as you can, get a stretch, and I'll start the timer. We're just gonna hold it here. Ten more seconds, almost there. If you need a little break, bend that knee, stretch it out again. And time, good. You can go ahead and get situated with your next leg. Again, big step out into a lunge. Get those hands down. Pull that knee back. Make your leg as straight as you can until you feel a stretch in this hamstring. And time is going. Keep it up, 10 more seconds. We're getting a nice hamstring stretch this morning. And time. Nicely done. All right, and that means we are back into this pigeon stretch. So starting with one leg at 90 degrees, reach this other leg back. You can sit that butt down as close as you can to the ground and start the time in 3, 2, 1. So again, hands are on the ground. If you need more of a stretch, you can go down onto your elbows, onto your forearms. If you don't feel that as much, just back up on your hands. Really keep those hips and your upper body facing forward. You'll get a nice pull in here. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Switch legs. We'll get started in a few seconds here. All right, so leg at 90, other leg back straight behind me. Start in 3, 2, 1. Sit that butt back if you can. Halfway there. Get a nice stretch, sit down a little bit more if you can. And time. Good job. All right. We have one more set of 2 exercises, and then we'll pretty much be done because you did all your stretching today. I know that. So this next one, you're gonna start, you can start on your knee just to get yourself situated. This leg is straight out. And then when you're ready, you're gonna stand up on this foot. And again, you can stay, I'll show you from the side, I guess. So you're sitting on this heel still, your knee is bent, but your toes are on the ground. So you're here, you should feel a nice stretch in your groin area. And notice how my foot is still on the ground. Some people will feel more of a stretch if they lift those toes up. And you can hold this here, I'll get the timer going. If you lifted your toes up and that's too much, put your toes back down. Really try to keep their body upright over this first knee. We're not leaning. If you can't hold yourself up on your toes like that, you will still feel stretch if you just go down on your knee. Sorry, I didn't mention that. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We're gonna switch legs right away. So again, if you wanna stay on your knee, that is totally fine. You'll still feel a stretch. You might just get a little bit more if you prop yourself up on those toes. So again, choose whichever one is right for you, and we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Good. All right, I got one more for you, and then we'll go through them again. So this next one, you're gonna start almost sitting in a butterfly. Your knees don't need to touch the ground or anything yet. And once you're here sitting, you're gonna lay back. Keep those soles of your feet touching. Try to keep your back on the ground. Don't let it arch. Keep that back flat on the ground. Let those knees sink to the floor. And you're just gonna sit here and breathe. Make sure that back stays on the ground. And we'll get the timer started. Again, knees don't need to touch the ground, just soles of the feet touching. Let them drop as far as comfortable and where you can keep your back flat on the ground. If you're not sure if your back is on the ground, try to reach your hand under there. It shouldn't go very far. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, and we are back to that groin stretch. So again, you can do it from your knee, flat on the ground, or you can prop yourself up on your toes. Reach this leg straight out, find your variation, and we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Again, the pull should be in here, inside of your upper leg. If you don't feel it enough, try to lift those toes up to the sky. You might feel it a little bit more. And keep this body upright, keep it forward, not leaning. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Back to this other side. Again, reach that leg out. It should be nice and straight if you can. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. All right, last one, we're going into that butterfly where we lay down. Don't forget, when we are finished with this, we'll stop the recording. So if you want to stick around and say hello, have any questions, tell me your hips hurt, you can do that. All right, so feet together, let those knees drop, flat on that back. And if you need, you can reset the knees, let them drop. Keep that back flat, and timer is going. So you're just breathing, letting those knees sink. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that is our last group stretch today. Now that you have a good feel for your body, I'll let you choose your stretches at the end here. So for me, I'm gonna lift this foot up, cross it over, and get a little stretch in my hip. If you wanna follow along, you can. If you're sore elsewhere, you can stretch however you'd like. I'm just gonna sit and hold this one. As a reminder, next Saturday, so April 17th, it's our 100th Up and Moving workout. We are pretty excited about that. And we, along with the graduate student government at Michigan Tech, are hosting a virtual 5K. You can go ahead and switch whatever stretch you want. So if you want to do that, there's more information on our website, upandmoving.org. If you're a student and you want to register, get a t-shirt. You don't need to register though, anyone can show up. If you want, you can join us at 10 a.m. next Saturday. We're going to do a little warm up together, a little meet and greet, say hello, and then either you can stay online and do your virtual run with us. It'll be about 30, 45 minutes. We'll do it indoors. Or if it's a nice day and you'd rather get outside and hike it, walk it, run it, you can do that. All right, last one I'm going to do is a nice butterfly stretch, keeping those toes in, putting a little bit of pressure on them. And lastly, if you've been fanning over these t-shirts, there is a way for you to get one. Again, if you go on our website and you help us out with a little monetary donation, you can get one of these t-shirts. They are pretty nice. You can wear it to our workouts. You can share it with your friends, whatever you want to do, but we would appreciate that. But yes, we look forward to seeing you the rest of this week, next week, and hopefully on Saturday. We are looking to get 100 people at that workout. So invite your friends, invite your family. You can see them virtually, do a little run with them, a little walk with them, and hopefully enjoy the weather. All right, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for joining. We're going to stop the recording now. So if you would like to stay on and say hello, you can do that. Thank you, everyone.